Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Brothers Take podcast. My name is Chris. I'm joined by my brother Eric,
Hey, you know?
and we are back in the room to talk more gaming. And in this week's episode, actually, some weeks we struggle to find a topic to talk about and end up discussing art. You know what I mean? Like sometimes that's what happens. But then there's other weeks where things happen in the gaming sphere and we're given plenty to talk about. So luckily this week, and I think next week will be the same because I think Summer Game Fest is next week.
Right, because that starts in June, isn't it? And next
Yeah,
week is
yeah, I
June.
think,
Well, on when this is released, it is June.
and that time of recording is June. We're in June. Happy Pride Month, everyone. Today's
Holy shit.
today is the 1st of June that we're recording. But so yeah, Summer Game Fest is next weekend. And the Xbox showcase and all that stuff. So we'll have loads to talk about there. But this week we are talking about last week's PlayStation State of Play, which was then followed up by Konami's Silent Hill transmission. By the way,
Hmm.
if I sound a bit off, I am a bit off. Don't mind me. I've lost my voice a little bit, but we will crack on. We'll be sharing our take on all the big reveals, all the stuff that stood out to us, and we want to hear your take too. So if you guys watch this YouTube, make sure you jump down into the comments to share your thoughts on the PlayStation State of Play, your favorite reveals, anything from the Silent Hill transmission you want to talk about. Do share your take. If you enjoyed this, please give us a thumbs up, hit subscribe, ring the notification bell for all future content. And to those who listen to us on audio platforms, you can also touch base on social media, Facebook, Instagram, and X at The Brothers Take, again, to give your take on last week's State of Play. Astrobot, baby! Without further ado, let's discuss all the games. I say all the games, but we're not going to talk about all the games.
No, we're not. We're not.
Yeah. We'll shout out certain ones and whatever stood out to us.
Talk about every game in existence. All 10,000 of them.
Yeah. I think we'll start with the State of Play, obviously.
Yes. That makes sense. I agree with that.
Yeah. What did you think of the show overall before we get into this?
Okay, so I actually had a weird thing happen to me with State of Play where I went, okay, here's State of Play, and I clicked on it. But it was GameSpot showing the best trailers.
Oh.
So I ended up watching all these trailers.
Yeah.
But then thinking to myself, this doesn't feel like State of Play.
Oh, it was just a recap, was it? Kind of thing.
It kind of, yeah. So when I got off it, I was like, yeah, that was GameSpot. Well, now I need to find State of Play. So then when I was watching State of Play,
yeah,
I was a little bit like, I kind of don't really want to. Then I was skimming through it to see all the new stuff. So I wasn't actually I'm not able to kind of get a good sense, I suppose, of the overall show. I suppose in its formatting, because GameSpot did its. Now, in saying that, GameSpot actually had like most of the trailers anyway.
Yeah.
It wasn't even like they were doing, oh, this is like the best 5. It was like, here's the best, all of the trailers. It's like,
yeah, there was 14 games altogether shown.
yeah, I think they showed like, was it 14?
14.
Oh, they showed 9, I think.
Right. Okay. And I thought the show itself was badly paced. In that when it opened, it started with Concord, which is a new game from Firewalk.
Mm-hmm.
And they spent kind of a long time on that.
Right.
And then like rushed through everything else, like just fired shit at you, you know? And yeah, I just thought it was weirdly paced that there was like such a length of time on one game at the start. And then
here's all the others.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember with Concord, again, it was spoiled with me. So I didn't even see the CGI trailer for Concord the first time. I only saw the gameplay trailer.
Yeah.
So then when I saw the CGI trailer, I was like, oh, this is really not matching up. This is like when you watch Overwatch trailers. And then you see the gameplay and you're like, this doesn't match up at all.
That's what it looks like to me anyways, that Concord is going to be like PlayStation's
Overwatch,
PlayStation exclusive Overwatch. Although it's coming to PC as well, I think.
But that's pretty much what it is. So because it's like the first person and you're just 5v5 player versus player. It doesn't really scream out to me.
Yeah, the hero
I
shooter.
Yeah, when I was like, when you look at the CGI trailer, I'm like, okay, this gives me Guardians of the Galaxy vibes.
Yeah, yeah,
And then you
100%.
see the gameplay and you're like, oh, it doesn't match to me. So obviously it doesn't appeal to me, but obviously it appeal to other people who are into the Apex Legends or the
I think it will.
Overwatch or whatever.
I think it will have an audience. I think the show as a whole had a lot of variety. So it's
Yeah,
like
well that is a good thing.
yeah, so there wasn't like loads of like holy shit games. You know what I mean? There
Hmm.
wasn't like loads of like fuck me, that was the greatest show ever and I'm so hyped for all these games. There was maybe like two or three that were of interest to me.
Yeah, same.
But I think everyone could maybe pick two or three that
Hmm.
might be of interest to them. And therefore it was sort of a generic like there's something here for everyone, but it's not like a big crazy amazing showcase.
Yeah, you're not being hit with like 14 AAA games with
Yeah, you're
epic
like, well, I
trailers
have to
games.
buy all of them.
Yeah. But at least there is something there for everybody that you're not sitting there thinking, I've just wasted 30 minutes or whatever amount of time
Mm.
watching this. And it was some game you have no interest in.
So we'll kind of maybe run down through the announcements
Mm.
and just maybe comment on or stop on the ones that really stood out to us, right?
Right, yeah.
'Cause-
So we've dealt with Concord.
yes,
Yeah. So there was Concord. Another one, the first one here is popping up is, as you actually said, the opening, Astrobot.
save that to the end. Come back to that.
Okay. All right, we'll come back. But that was an announcement, but we'll come back to that. All
Yeah, yeah,
right.
yeah, yeah.
Okay. There was the God of War Ragnarok PC announcement,
Yes, yeah.
which if you're a PC, if you're a PC player, you're probably delighted. Like Ghost of Tsushima got announced on PC, and I'm seeing loads of like screenshots and stuff like that. So I'd say PC players are like, yay, we finally have a game. What am I talking about? They have like 10,000 games in
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
PC.
yeah.
But they finally have that. And then there was Until Dawn being,
Right. Let's talk about that for a second.
yeah.
I love we love. I think I could say we love Until Dawn.
We do. It's very cool. It's a very good
All
game.
all three brothers here love Until
Mm.
Dawn. I don't understand this remake. I don't think I like. I think I would have called it Until Dawn remake, and I think I would have shared a little bit more about what differentiates it. Like we've already seen the announcement, which was fine. So what this one did was nothing more except just
Uh,
remind you that it's coming.
I did
You
forget it
know?
was coming, so it is a reminder. But also, what it did was it's saying it's come to PS5 and PC,
Mhm.
and also it looks like it has way better graphics and so far that's
Oh
all I've seen.
yeah. Like it looks great. But I'm just wondering, is there anything to it that's like, if you've played Until Dawn, which most people who would have an interest in that style of game
Mm,
have, because it's one of the goats in that style of game,
mm.
and the PlayStation Plus came with
Until Dawn.
a certain amount of games at the beginning, and one of them was Until Dawn.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering what in the remake is going to differentiate it to make people want to play it again, other than updated visuals.
Yeah,
Is
it's
there
kind of
anything more? And if there is, I think they should show people so that people are like,
yeah, it's a
I
little bit
want it.
like that Last of Us Part 1, Last of Us remake thing,
Right.
where it's like other than just updated graphics and probably better frame rates or something, is there actually anything
Yeah. Yeah.
worth the amount of money that you're going to spend on it? So yeah, they definitely need to show something more other than just it looks pretty.
Apparently, there's going to be an Until Dawn movie.
Okay,
So I wonder, is this to try and like tie in with it or something, or
maybe.
like
Yeah.
like The Last of Us Part One remake came out pretty
R-
close to season one of the Last of Us TV show, and they both had big success actually.
hmm.
So maybe it's part of a Sony strategy to have like multimedia come out together, you know?
I mean, maybe they do have like Sony does have a movie kind of not department. They
Oh
have
yeah,
they have a
yeah, yeah.
department in movies. So yeah, maybe it is their thing to try tie them together.
Hmm.
Release games and then therefore to get money on two fronts.
If there was an Until Dawn movie, is Rami Malek in it? Come on, he has to be.
Well, okay. Now, honestly,
This is one of
Chris,
the cases where they
this is
need
one
to
of the
use the
cases where
actual cast.
yeah, just use the actual cast. Like,
Yeah,
this is
yeah,
one of
yeah.
those cases where it actually works. Just use the actual cast.
I think it should be a limited Netflix series though, rather than a movie.
Ooh, do you think it'd be better that way? Do you?
Yeah, like even if it's just like 6 episodes, but I think it would work as that kind of a thing
I don't know. Might get
rather than
cancelled before the last episode gets out.
I think as a movie it would be just like a 2 hour like B horror kind of movie, you
Isn't
know.
that the idea though? Isn't that how
I
it
know
kind of is done? It's like a B horror that then turns into something magnificent.
it is great.
It's like because it's a little like Stranger Things. It has all those
Mm.
old 80s movies tropes that beautifully blend together. So Until Dawn has all those B movie slasher horror tropes perfectly beautifully blended in together.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I suppose next time I see it, I want to see have
What's
they
the
done
reason to buy it?
have they done anything new with it? Yeah,
Mm,
that's all.
yeah.
But for anyone that hasn't played it, looks great.
Mm, looks very good. Next one on the list is Skydance's Behemoth. It's a PSVR game. So I don't have the VR, so again, I'm not really gonna get this game. But if you do have a VR, looks pretty good. Looks like
Shadow of the Colossus in VR kind of vibes is
yeah, it
what I
has
got.
that vibe. Like those monsters look massively cool, and then just the freedom of how you play it, I think looks quite fun as well. But again,
Yeah,
I don't have VR, so I wouldn't be getting it. But this looks like a good step forward for the VR. In that here's a big game for you to
I
play
think
and try out.
the scale in the creature was impressive
Yes, and I'd say that'd be even more impressive
when
in
you're looking
VR.
at it. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
for
because it's
sure.
like because again, when you're looking at something that's VR on a screen,
Hmm.
it never does it quite as justice as when you're like even when you're playing. Because we got to shout it out when you're playing Skyrim in
Skyrim, baby.
VR, right? And you look at the throat of the world, the big
Mm,
mountain, yeah, massive in VR. But when you're playing it in like console, it's like, oh yeah, that's big.
yeah,
You know, it just somehow the scale is just more proper in VR.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So
Just so that people know as well, the order in which Eric is calling these out is not the order in which they were shown.
no,
Um,
it's I have the list in front of me, so that from the PlayStation site.
yeah,
So it's
yeah. So
just so
it's
that we can
whatever way they're listing them out. Yeah.
yes, because the next one now is Path of Exile 2, which is
Oh
that
yeah,
top down
kind of
game. See,
Diablo-esque.
Diablo-esque type game. Now, I think the first one was free on PlayStation Plus at one point, and I tried it and I didn't get very far because I wasn't really into it. But this graphically and physics and the movement looked amazing.
Okay, this one grabbed you.
This was not necessarily in the case of I'm going to buy this, but just I was like, wow, that is a massive step up
Mm,
from the first one. Like nuts in the sense of the lighting and graphics and the gore and everything like that. I thought it looked very good.
yeah,
And if you're into it and you have a friend or whatever, and you got couch co-op, which is always a plus in today's age where everything is multiplayer or
yeah,
online. Like,
yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't remember much about this one. I don't know why.
oh, okay.
All I remember is it reminded me of Diablo, and that's all I.
Yeah, it's very Diablo, but graphically and lighting is very good, and the actual movement and physics and stuff I thought was very impressive. After that, then we have another game which I thought is not really something I might buy, but I'm like, graphically, this looks pretty impressive, and the monsters of the world that you're hunting down in these wilds. See, I'm
Hey.
roping in there the sentence.
Yeah.
So Monster Hunter Wilds is next, and that the combat didn't look great to me
Right.
because it just looked way too slow. Like the guy was really now maybe that's the idea. Your man is holding a big ass sword,
Hmm.
so it is going to be slow. But in that sense, I'm like, okay. It just looks like you're getting hit too much by the enemies. Now, when he was landing the hits, they were pretty cool. But just generally, it almost felt like a Final Fantasy world.
Yeah, I was thinking that as I was watching it. I think the Monster Hunter series is Capcom's Final Fantasy.
Hmm.
You know, in equivalence.
Hmm.
Um, I'm not a Monster Hunter fan, but I thought this looked for that franchise very impressive.
Yes.
And I can imagine that Monster Hunter fans are like fucking stoked. And this, I think, is one of the big games from the showcase. This is one of the like, for some people, this would have stole the show because it's like the Monster Hunter series is huge.
Hmm.
The fact that that's coming out next year, um, I think not that it'll be the very same, right? This year is a little like there's a lot of great releases this year, but it's a little bit more chill.
Yeah, it's nice to be honest from
It's
last year.
nice, right? I think next year, not to the same extent, will be more like last year.
Right, that's fair. So the
I think there's a
industry
lot of games lining up for next year. Yeah.
next year, yeah. So this was a game anyway where yes, if you're a Monster Hunter fan, this looks incredible because it looks like you're exploring a massive open world with all these different giant monsters, and it looks like there's different ways of taking them down. The monsters look great. So if you're a Monster Hunter fan, this looks right up your alley.
Hmm.
Or if you're an open world fan, you just like hunting monsters, you know? Right. So next game then we have on this list. Will we leave now? Will we leave this for when we're actually talking about the transmission?
That's a good idea.
Okay. So the one after that then is another PSVR game, which is Alien Rogue Incursion.
Ah, yes. So the second I saw the little bit of writing go across the screen, I was like, oh, it's Alien.
Hmm.
Because LV whatever is Alien.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
um, in VR, I was like, Adam is gonna love not playing this. Like, Adam is gonna.
Yes.
This
He
is the
will
most. This is the most Adam purchase ever. Like, this is the most like just Adam buy this and not play it, but just love the concept of it, but not actually want to play it.
yeah, he will turn it on and he'll look and then he'll go, Nope.
Yeah, and he'll go, that was amazing. 10 out of 10. Game of the year.
Uh,
I think it's a
yeah,
good
it
idea.
is.
It's a
Oh, it's
good
a
idea.
fantastic idea
Yeah, it's a really good
to
idea.
go around and deal with Alien. And I love the when they were doing the when it's coming out. What do you think is next year as well? I think maybe I'm wrong there.
It said holiday 2024.
Oh, holiday 24. My apologies. But when they were doing the dots and it was
Yeah,
done with the blipper
yeah,
thing, the
yeah.
radar. So that was
Really
really
cool.
good. So yes, that is Adam all over it. He will turn it on. He will look around. He will nope right out of it.
I think as well, I would have liked to have seen more from this one.
Right. It's very teaser trailer.
It
It's
is.
yeah.
But I imagine we will see more of it soon, or before like obviously eventually they'll have to say the release date and everything. So
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
we'll we will see more of it. But it's just with all the games that we saw, I'd have liked to have seen a little bit more of this one.
That's fair. Yeah. Yeah. Just because it'd be nice to see the environments, I suppose. You don't necessarily need to see Alien, but how do they capture?
Yeah,
Did they
just
capture the aesthetic? Is right? Yeah.
yeah, yeah, just the atmosphere of the ship and that kind of thing. Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Next game they have is a Marvel game, so it's Marvel Rivals.
Mm.
Um, do you have anything to say on that?
No.
No, neither do I.
I thought it was Marvel Snap first. I never heard of Marvel Rivals.
That's that's
But
that's that's
the
if
only thing
you're
I will say on it is there's like again this speaks to the variety of the show. Like that game is probably really appealing to like kids and hardcore Marvel fans. And I
I'm
mean,
multi, and it's like Concord in that it's like the hero battle arena type thing. You play
yeah,
heroes.
yeah. So it's a
Yeah,
fun multiplayer for people to play together. So
yeah. I suppose I did like the buildings collapsing. That was kind of a
oh
cool
yeah,
little
yeah. It's always
physics thing
interesting
in
that
it.
they use the Insomniac design of Venom.
Mm.
I think.
I wonder if they use the same guy to do the voice, Yuri Lowenthal. He's actually done the voice of Spider-Man in a few things now.
Oh, for Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Sorry. Did I say Spider-Man or did I say Venom?
You said Venom. The Insomniac design for Venom.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, okay.
I think I think there's going to be more of Venom in the near future.
I was doing Venom 3.
No, I don't mean movies. I mean games.
Yeah, maybe. He seems to be getting into a lot of.
I think the fact that they're using that design and possibly his gameplay, I think his assets are being used. So I think we might be playing as Venom in another Insomniac release in the near future.
Oh,
That's my.
Venom versus Carnage.
It could very well be.
Oh,
This could be,
oh, fuck.
Spider-Man Miles Morales.
Yes.
I think we're gonna get a game like that, but it's Venom.
So would it be like set
I don't know
while?
story-wise what it would be, but I just
Yeah,
think
maybe. Yeah,
I
you could be
I
right.
I think there's gonna be more with that character. I just think that they put a bit of time into designing a move set for Venom,
Mm.
and I think they're gonna want to do more with that.
That could be interesting anyway, for sure.
Yeah.
Right now this is where I start to be like the absolute Eastern development teams are fucking stealing the show for me with all
Right.
these different games are coming out, right? Not that I'm gonna get this game, but I just liked the sheer kind of scale of Dynasty Warriors Origins. So you're playing as
Yeah.
this
That's cool.
character riding in, and there's a massive army. You got this
Yeah.
army coming with you, and it's like you're like some godly being, just like anime slashing through like 100 people, and it just looked really goddamn cool.
Have you ever played any of those games?
I think I played one at like a friend's house, and I didn't get what was going on, so it just wasn't clicking with me at that time. But
Yeah. I always I've never played one and I've always seen like the trailers and the footage and stuff. And when I was younger, I just couldn't even get my head around. It's like, how do those games work? How can you be fighting hundreds of people? Like, what the fuck? So it looks
yeah,
great.
and it's so Dynasty Warriors Origins. It's obviously part of the Dynasty Warrior fucking game series. But yeah, you always take control of a leader, controlling an army, fighting another army on a big brand. So it's like an RTS game, but you're actually down on the battlefield. Looks class. I don't know if I'd get it, but it looks class. Then we have now this one for me stole the show.
This is definitely the one where wins meet or something like that.
Oh yeah, that one also stole the show.
No, sorry.
Sorry, so two of them stole the show from me. Again, this is where it's like the East market is clearly just fucking unless they're not from the East, in which I'd be pretty bad. But this one is Ballad of Antara.
Oh yes, it had some from software.
It did have some from software, but it also looks like
Aesthetics.
you're playing, yeah, some software aesthetics, gameplay designs, but then you're playing as different characters. So I don't think it's going to be as difficult or hard, especially as you're playing as a guy with a child on his back, as well as one of the characters you get to play as.
Yeah, yeah.
But I just thought it looked really cool and really interesting. And again, that I think the designs were good and the trailer was very good. I think it was a good balance.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I thought that one looked cool. It didn't. I don't know. Maybe it's the name of it that I was like, I'm gonna forget that. It's like that's not gonna stand out to me at all.
That's why I decided to bring up the list because I was like, right, we're going to forget.
We're gonna forget names, but it looked good. It looked cool. It looked interesting. Could have a cool story and a cool world. So yeah.
Yeah, it'd be nice to see more of it. You know what I mean? Just as to kind of get a better grasp.
Yeah.
This next one to me just had pagan written all over it.
Is it? I mean, if it's the one I'm thinking of, I don't know if that's fucking a compliment or not. Actually,
Are
you talking about the right? There was a game that they showed. I can't remember the name of it. And as I was looking at it, all I could think of is, well, this is just Japan all over. Like, this is the most Japanese thing we're gonna see. This is like, is it the one with all the little cutesy girls and cutesy cats and everything's cutesy and anime and take pictures and pose and
it's called Infinity Nikki.
Okay, I personally don't think that has pagan written all over it.
I think that looks like something that Pagan would be able to enjoy because you
I,
got cute little cats.
I'm sure she'd enjoy it, but I don't think it has her written all over it. She's playing Bloodborne at the moment.
Ah, yeah, yeah. But did you not see the fucking weird like this? I love this trailer because yeah, it's all cutesy. You got the cats and they're posing. They got all these
The
like
very ending
the very end of it. I was like,
was
what the
like,
fuck is
wait,
that?
is there gonna be like a Final Fantasy boss element or something? Or
You have to kill God at the end of this fucking game.
it's
But I
a
just thought well, it was mainly the cats and taking the pictures and you
yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
that sort of stuff.
It looks like fun.
Yeah, I suppose, but yeah, written all over it maybe is not correct, but it just looks like something that would catch her eye more than maybe some other games.
Sure. I, I thought it was funny. I had a good laugh at it as it was playing in front of me. I was like,
Yeah,
this is
I
like this is like an AI generated, and it's not. I'm not saying it is. I'm sure people put a lot of hard work into this, but just to look at, it's like if you threw a few keywords into it,
yeah.
and then this is what it threw out, kind of thing. Like
Because you get cats, you get outfits, then you get to take. Like I thought the physics on the hair was pretty good. It was like
oh,
some
look,
like L'Oreal ads.
the art is beautiful. Yeah,
Yeah, and some of the like poachers pictures that you can take, and then it's just like generic. You have to fight enemies because it's a video game, and then weird demonic boss at the end, crucified and saying some generic thing.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
funny. Right. Next
Infinity
one, the last
Mickey.
one. Well, the second last one we're going to talk about now is what you mentioned earlier, which was another one that stole the show. Uh, Where Winds Meet.
Yes.
Um,
I thought as it was playing at first, I thought this was Phantom Blade Zero. Do you remember that game?
yes, that would make sense. Now maybe
That's what I
it
thought it
isn't.
was. No, it isn't. They're
It
two.
isn't. Okay.
Yeah. So when Winds, it's only when the title came up at the end, I went, oh yeah. When Winds Meet was revealed before,
Was it? Okay.
and I remember the original trailer had this dude running on the tops of trees, jumping from tree to tree. It
Okay.
looked very Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon.
Right. It's a yeah. That's very kind of Chinese superhero aesthetic that I like. Sort of super warrior balance. But yeah, this game again, it has some FromSoft sort of
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
aesthetic and gameplay, but it also looked awesome.
yeah. The
Looked like a
combat looked
really
really
cool.
good.
Yeah, that's the thing. From software games did kind of have nailed the kind of combat. It's annoying, isn't it? Because
No, it's not.
no,
It's
it's not for you because you can't play them.
but I don't mind though. I'm totally fine with that. Like it's not a bad thing to me to see lots of games influenced by that.
Why do you have to be so reasonable, Chris?
Okay, sorry. I hate everything.
Yeah, there you go. But yeah, no, this game does look absolutely class. So this was another
Yeah.
one that for me stood out. Where Wins Me and Ballad of Antara. I think both of them just look class
Yeah, and I think
as
Where
games.
Winds Meet as well looks kind of like a Chinese opera kind of thing.
Right.
That's the
And
kind of vibe.
I'm liking
It's cool.
this kind of era we're getting into where we got like Black Myth Wukong. Now we have Dynasty Warriors Origins. Now we're getting Where Winds Meet. Where we're getting it, and I think Phantom Blade Zero might be the same, where it's all set in kind of China and stuff. And like,
The Eastern studios are killing it
yeah, they're fucking acing it with
because
their
even
designs.
like I think Capcom
Hmm.
are one of the best studios in the world at the moment.
At the moment, they are doing very good with their games.
Each year they're putting out something big, and
Hmm.
each like for again is like people are in different camps and stuff. But like for example, last year they put out Street Fighter 6.
Hmm.
So for Street Fighter fans, it was huge. Like Street Fighter 6 did so well, it was incredible. And then for the Resi fans, the Resident Evil 4 remake was fucking incredible.
And
And
was
now
it the
and then we've got
Resi?
Monster Hunter Wilds coming out now as well for the
Yeah,
Monster Hunter fan. Like I think Capcom are just killing it.
they are, and they're all those games I think are doing very well as well. So
Yeah, yeah.
fucking
Um,
fair play, Capcom.
I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you. Are there any other games we missed apart from we have skipped over Silent Hill 2 on purpose because
Yes.
it will lead us into the Silent Hill
No,
transmission?
we actually we have gone through and made comments on all of them except for the one you wanted to leave to the end.
Yeah. Okay. This one
Stole the show for you.
stole the show for me. It's coming out in September. Astrobot. That's just the name. That's it.
Mm.
I'm already buying this.
You don't pre-order, man.
I'm gonna buy. I one of the best PS5 experiences is Astro's Playroom.
All right.
So I had heard rumors of a Asobi doing another Astrobot game,
All right.
right? Their other one was it what was it Astrobot Rescue Mission or something like that.
No, I don't know. You
It's
sure?
it's a VR game, and people who play it in VR really like it. It was one of the better VR games, and then Astro's Playroom was more of a tech demo on the PS5. And I was like, man, I remember saying like I'd love a full game of that, right?
Huh.
It looks like a full game of Astro's Playroom,
It
which
is it is you get to explore now. Just reading the kind of just a part of the synopsis of the game.
yeah,
You get to explore 6 galaxies and over 80 levels in search of Astro's scattered crew. That is the objective of it. So yes, this is
love it.
going to be a full blood game, full bloodborne game.
What?
What?
What are you saying? Yeah, I'm not a platformer guy at all, but I loved Astro's Playroom. I think this game will utilize haptics. I think
For
it'll
sure. I
utilize the
hope so.
controller in many different ways.
In ways that no other game has actually done.
Yeah, and I think, well, I was like, I hope they keep the PlayStation references, and they are.
Mm-hmm.
So now I'm like, I can't wait to see more than just being an Easter egg, though, because like he interacted with the Kratos one. The Kratos
Yes,
one
and
threw the axe to him.
yeah, and you tried to pick it up. And Nathan Drake was doing cover shooting.
Yeah, so I think it's going to be like like traveling the universe and coming across PlayStation references beyond just being like that's a cool Easter egg. Like
Mm.
now they're actually going to be like doing something. Um, there's even like the Shadow of the Colossus reference, and
Yeah.
he was standing over the table, and she actually was lying down, and the horse was behind him, and like I was like, this looks amazing. I bet you it's gonna have a bitchin' soundtrack. It looks so good. What did you think? Were you excited at all for Astrobot?
I don't think I was as much as you were.
Right.
Um, but it does look very fun.
Hmm.
Um, I mean, maybe I'll get it day one if it gets to a case, especially if I'm like, I'm not getting a lot of games recently. I might decide, yeah, let's get that. Sure, have a little fun time with it because it's a nice little like the first one with the playroom was such a nice platformer showing off what the controller can do while also bringing it down memory lane.
Yeah. Exactly.
Uh,
I
uh,
want more of that.
yeah. So like in that case, I think it'd be very like won't maybe won't bring a tear to your eye, but like you just be like, oh, I remember that and stuff. Especially when they were like all on their own PlayStation like spaceships.
At the end, yeah. Well, the one thing I would love if they doubled in even further and they actually had like that each world is like a PlayStation world. I would love to play a mission that's themed on Shadow Moses, for example. Like that would be amazing. Or like Astrobot in the Resident Evil mansion. Now, and it would all be done with still like little robots and
Yeah.
but it would just be like really cool to like travel through all those worlds, Horizon and
Mm,
um yeah, I just think that would be amazing. Now, I do have a theory based on one of the interviews, or I think what was in the blog, the PlayStation blog that was released alongside this, where the developer was saying like there's boss fights in it, right, which you could
mhm.
see in the trailer, and there is secret weapons that you get after defeating bosses, but that they weren't going to tell us what they were yet. And I'm looking at a trailer where Kratos threw the axe to Astrobot and he tried picking it up. Do you get iconic PlayStation weapons?
You have to if they're not going to
That
tell you.
sounds great.
Like if you get the Kratos' axe, you get the
Which
Buster Sword.
could you imagine though, like how that might work in puzzles? Like you throw it and it comes back to you, you know? And
Pretty good.
I don't know what else you could get. Maybe you get a cardboard box off Solid Snake. I don't know.
Maybe. Well, that is a weapon.
Maybe it's not weapons per se, but things you can use in puzzles.
Oh, maybe.
You know, I don't know, but I'm very excited for Astrobot.
Is that going to be your game of the year now, is it?
100%. 100%.
You can't wait to put that on and actually play it.
Yeah, FF7 Rebirth can go shite. Astrobot is just taking over. Yeah, and I wonder if there's going to be any. I wonder how many references they can use. Like, does it have to be
PlayStation only?
Yeah, does it have to be forever PlayStation exclusive, or can they look at, like, for example, Resident Evil 2 has since come to like other platforms, but it was first on PlayStation. So can they have a little Leon S. Kennedy or PD guy running around, you know?
That would be hilarious. But I know, like, from what we saw, there was Aloy, Papa the Rapper. They take a lot of pride in that character. I was like, I never even heard of him until that All Stars game. Kratos, Nathan Drake. Did I see Jin Sakai?
I don't know, but he'll definitely be in it.
Yeah. No, I just remember, like, I've seen a few characters, and one of them looked like half his face was covered in a black mask, but I didn't know if it was supposed to be.
Oh, could have been, yeah. The guy from Shadow of the Colossus was obviously in it.
He was obviously there too, yeah.
I'm sure there's going to be loads more. I'd say they're not revealing them all yet.
I hope the T-Rex is a boss fight.
I don't know. They've already done it. I don't know if they'll do it again.
That's a boss fight?
Yeah, it's the... Oh, did you not do that? There's a secret boss fight in Astro's Playroom.
What?
And it's the T-Rex from the original tech demo. And it's the same graphics and everything. And it just comes out from the dark. And I think you're on top of the PlayStation 1 console or something as you're fighting it. And I'm like, this fucking game, like, you know? Like, Astro's Playroom was amazing. And I was like, oh, it's a shame it's only a tech demo. You know what I mean? Like, I would play more of this. So I'm just fucking delighted that they're doing that as a full game. Because I wasn't sure.
I knew you loved it. I didn't know you were fucking...
Well, I wasn't sure.
Fangirling over it, like.
I wasn't sure if they were going to just do another VR game or something. Because the first Astrobot game was VR. And I was like, well, if it's VR, I'm not going to play it. So, because I don't have a VR, and I wouldn't get a VR just as for it, you know? So I'm just delighted that they have decided to do just a straight platformer game that's still the PlayStation references.
It's hilarious.
Fucking cool. Why is it hilarious?
It's just so funny. It's just so funny. Your absolute diehard loving passion for Astro.
Well, I think it was objectively the best game shown.
Okay.
No.
No, I'm not saying no. Again, there was a lot of different games, and people would have different opinions for different things.
100%. But we want to know what you guys thought. What was your favorite game from the PlayStation State of Play? Are you excited for Astrobot? Or did one of the other games catch your eye a lot more? Do let us know. But one game we haven't talked about yet that was shown during the PlayStation State of Play and will now help us transition to a transmission from Konami. Hey. Silent Hill 2, the remake. Eric.
Yes.
First of all, the trailer from the State of Play, when you just saw that, what did you think?
I actually I think I preferred it to when we got more gameplay in the transmission.
Okay.
Because with the trailer, I was like, ooh, I don't know if I want to. I like, oh, this looks scary, but so I kind of can't really wait to play it. And then with the actual full gameplay, I was like, okay, this looks really damn scary. I don't know if I really want to play this. But on top of that, graphically, the fuck is going on?
Something is not right with this game, and I don't know what it is. There's
The monster,
something not right.
like, so when they're actually in the cutscenes, the facial expressions are really good.
Yeah, great.
Oh yeah, like the actual cutscenes look pretty damn good, and the environment looks really like the water looked amazing.
Yeah, and the fog looks great.
The fog looks great. I think the buildings look great. It's just the minute you get to the monsters, it looks bland. It looks like the textures haven't finished or something like that. I don't know. There's something off about them.
I just think there's something off about this game in general, in that each time they show it, I don't care. And okay, maybe it's because I haven't played much Silent Hill,
Hmm.
but I just feel like this should be a bigger deal than it is. It feels very like, I don't know. it's just it just doesn't seem like a really big deal, and it should be a really big deal because it's the return of the franchise,
Yeah.
and it's a remake of the most famous Silent Hill game,
Hmm.
which is one of the most influential survival horror games ever made. And it doesn't seem like a big deal every time we see it. I don't know why. So I don't know what it is. I don't know. Are they doing enough with it? Are they? I don't know. I don't know. Maybe Silent Hill fans are like, they have nailed this remake.
Maybe.
But
I was
I'm
actually
not seeing that love online.
no. Well, yeah. It just there's something about it that just kind of feels a bit. Even their gameplay demo was like, it was fine, grand. I'd almost again, it's a case of I need this in my hands. I need to play this as a demo to see does it click with me.
Yeah. Now I actually was more impressed when I watched the longer gameplay
That's fair. Okay, yeah,
in the transmission.
yeah. Mm.
And I was actually scared watching it.
Oh, yeah, I was the same.
So I was like,
They
okay,
got that right.
yeah, it is. It's like, should Silent Hill be scary? Yes. Is it? Yes. Like it was unsettling. It was uncomfortable, and I don't want to walk around those halls. So so that's good.
Nope.
Um, but I can't put my finger on what seems to be off then, because
For me personally, it is a thing of like it still almost looks like pre-alpha gameplay.
right.
It's still a little bit like the monsters. The fact that the nurses are all holding pipes rather than holding different weapons, which to me they should be holding scalpels, but they're all holding pipes. And there's something about it that the way they're holding it, it looks like the hand is just like this, and then the pipe is placed in, almost like they have like a Lego hand.
Right. Okay.
So it's that they haven't like fully.
So it's like the finer details aren't quite there.
Yeah, I think that's what it is, and it's again the monsters look very like smooth, and it's like they're just kind of look patchy rather than there is blood on their skin and on their
Mm.
clothes. Like even that first monster that came around where it was just like the weird guy with like a sack of skin over him.
Yeah, it's like there wasn't enough with today's engines and stuff. It's like there
Mm,
wasn't enough intimate details. Like
right.
it felt like on the back, where it's almost like a zip thing on the back,
Mm,
that you should nearly see like blisters and stuff either side of it, or skin texture, or
right, yeah, and it just looked like it did look like a zip, but it almost looked like it was kind of just painted on. Like it didn't look like it was a 3D zip on the back, and it was
yeah,
also very big for a zip. So that's the thing. I think it's just the finer details on the kind of character models more so
yeah,
that makes it sort of seem a little off because the environment looks great.
yeah. It does, yeah,
The environment looks really good, and the sound design seems pretty good. The lighting is good. We definitely got that atmosphere of, I please don't walk down this hallway. I'm not playing this, and I don't want you to walk down this hallway
yeah,
because
yeah.
I don't want to see those nurses anymore.
No,
But then it's
it's
just
like it's definitely scary.
for sure.
Like I would, And they've done a good job at not showing Pyramid Head much.
No.
But I would absolutely shit myself if I saw him coming down the hallway like.
Yeah, that'd be nasty, wouldn't it? He's not a nice dude.
Isn't there more than one of him as well?
I haven't a clue. I don't know much about Silent Hill.
I know that, yeah, there's more than one Pyramid Head. There is a scene in the original Silent Hill 2, I think, where you have to face two of them in a room at the same time.
Oh, okay. I kind of like the idea of him being one, though. But anyway.
I do as well, but they there's not like loads of them, but there is more than one.
Okay.
There's sort of like, you can nearly think of them as sort of high priest type characters or something like that.
Oh, okay. Right, yeah.
Um,
That's nice that they have
and
a
there's
religion.
and I know there's multiple endings.
Yeah, well, they announced that, didn't they? The Mirror Dog or whatever it was called ending.
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah,
famous. Yeah.
So yeah, no, they mentioned that as well. That like whatever way you play the game will depend on certain endings. I like the interactions he had with the girl. Was her name Laura or something like that, or little
Yeah,
child?
yeah, I thought they were good. I thought they were good.
So yeah, I think the minute kind of facial expressions and stuff I thought were very good. So yeah, I just need to see more. I think they just need to kind of, because they made the Demon Souls remake, and that's fucking amazing looking graphically.
No, they didn't.
Blooper team?
This is Bluebird. That was Blue Point.
God damn it, people having BLs in their names.
So Bluebird is the team that made the Medium.
That makes more sense on why it looks like that.
And it does kind of look like that, doesn't it?
Yes. Okay, I mixed up my teams. I apologize,
Because yes,
everybody.
no, you're
I
bang
mixed
on.
up-
I think Blue Point would fucking nail this.
Yeah, that's making a lot of sense now. The medium was good. I did like it.
Yeah.
But there was elements of it that looked very. Now they did fixed camera angles. Actually,
Yeah,
for the medium.
I wonder, are they doing fixed camera angles this time? It didn't
No,
look like it though.
no.
They
They're
moved it
following
around,
because
didn't they?
they mentioned that in the yoke.
Oh, that's
That
right.
it's harder to kind of control it when you're doing third person kind of perspectives. But yeah, that makes sense. So it's a big jump for them then to go from the medium to them.
Oh, look, I think it's great for the team. And I'm not like, the game could be fucking great.
I hope it is. I do hope that when games are made, that's great.
Always, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, we're rooting for games. We don't want them. It's like, why would we not want that? But there's like a level of excitement that's missing, and I don't know why. And maybe it's how it looks, maybe it's how it's being presented. I don't know. It just doesn't seem like a big deal at all.
Maybe it also is because we're not really Silent Hill fans. We're not getting enough of the references. Maybe
we're not, right? But ever since PT, at every showcase, we were like, I hope they announce Silent Hill. I hope they announce Silent Hill. I hope they announce Silent Hill.
True.
Everyone was waiting for the return of Silent Hill. And now that it's coming, it doesn't feel like
it's coming.
It's coming, yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't know how to describe it. It's like
it's too formal. Is it in the people's presentation of the game? Is it almost too formal? Like they lack excitement?
Well, yeah. I don't like any these transmissions are weird. The way they're presented. Now enjoy. You know, and they're really like standing so still and no smiling. And now let me tell you about the pre-order items. If you pre-order it now, you can get a mask. Like, who gives a fuck about that? Who gives a shit about that? Like, what the fuck? So weird.
Yeah, the masks were very weird.
But again, I hope it's great. It's coming out in October.
8th of October, yeah.
So I reckon it'll be a big Halloween game. I think that's a really good time to release it.
Absolutely. I mean, Alan Wake 2 fucking told you that was such a great game. Alan Wake 2.
Do you know what?
That's such a great Silent Hill game.
Yeah, it should look more like Alan Wake 2.
Right, but I'd imagine Bloober only have access to their engine. They don't have access to Alan Wake 2 engine. So
I know
that
that.
is an element
I know
to
that. I know that.
that.
And it's not. This isn't a thing of like a Bloober. You're not doing a good enough job. It's not that at all. I'm sure that I think they're probably working their ass off on this game.
Mm.
Are Konami giving them enough resources? Are Konami pumping enough money
Oh.
into this? Are Konami giving a shit about any of these games? Like, I think it's more Konami that I'm worried about, not Bloober. I think Bloober want to make more ambitious games, obviously.
Mm.
Um, are obviously fans of Silent Hill.
Mm.
You just had to play a little bit of the medium to even get a sense of that.
Yeah, that was very Silent Hill. Yeah.
You know, so this is probably a dream come true for them. But I just get this sense with Konami that it's like we're bringing back Silent Hill and Metal Gear Solid. We're remaking the two most popular ones
Mm. That's it. That's
because
as far as they're.
we're hoping it'll just print money. Like I just don't know if I trust them. That's my problem. It all comes down to my own biases. I don't trust Konami.
There you go, Chris. Let it out.
I
Let
don't
your
trust. Yeah,
anger
yeah.
out.
I don't trust Konami and their fucking pre-order is to wear a mask. I don't fucking trust them. Wait till we see Snake Eater Delta soon, and pre-order now to, well, probably yeah, to wear the crocodile hat. Probably is they'll lock that behind a pre-order or something.
Yeah, that's okay. I don't think the crocodile hat was really that helpful.
No. What did you think of? They also showed during the Silent Hill transmission a small glimpse of the movie, more so an interview.
Really, I really liked the look of that.
Yeah, I thought it looked good.
That looked like when your man was talking about for all the monsters, specifically the nurses. It looks like he got dancers so that they can invent all the movements. And I was like, yeah, because that looks creepy as fuck.
Yeah,
The real sets and everything, which is always nice. It's always nice to have a real set.
and the prosthetics and stuff.
Yeah,
That
working on prosthetics and everything. The big fucking you actually saw someone, they weren't in the pyramid head costume, but you could see the full fucking sword. Someone was carrying it to figure out the walking. Um yeah, I mean, and the fact that like for both things, for the game and the movie, they have I forgot your man's name. It's Akira something, I think. The original
Oh,
composer and creator of Silent Hill.
yeah, yeah. I can't think of
And
his name, but yeah,
getting him involved for both of those projects is really cool. I'd imagine if you're a
yep,
Silent Hill fan, that's
yeah.
super exciting.
That's probably like the biggest like fuck yeah kind of moment.
Yeah,
You know?
moment, and the fact that as well the director was talking about everyone working on this are not just they're not just people in the industry, they are fans of the game. It's
Yeah,
always nice to hear that. Now, it's saying that there are times when you hear we're all big fans of the game, and then they like never have the tournament of Mortal Kombat in the movie. But it is nice. I'm hoping because we are seeing a turnaround
yeah,
with
yeah, yeah.
certain projects that the game movies are doing much better. So I hope it's good because it looks like
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I am looking forward to it.
I don't know if I'd watch in cinema now. I think I like,
I would after seeing the first one. I would.
but that's I actually still haven't seen the full first one. I think I've only ever seen like the end.
Oh, watch it. It's there's maybe one scene that's it's more like it's not like jump scary and stuff like it's more just disturbing imagery.
Yeah, I think I've seen from no, it's not just the end. I've seen from I think the church. You know when they're all running to the church
Yeah,
and Pyramid Head appears. I think
yeah,
I've seen from there onwards.
yeah. No, honestly, it's not.
Not
You'd
that
be
bad.
yeah, you'd be fine.
The daughter, that little girl, that little demonic girl, scares the shit out of me.
I know. One thing that I thought was always cool about the first Silent Hill movie was they did use the music from the game.
That's always nice. Nice little
Yeah,
touch. It looked very it did look very fateful.
yeah,
I don't know in terms of story and characters, but just in the aesthetic designs and the creatures that they were using, and you know they weren't trying to kind of make their own story.
Well, I know he
So,
tried to recreate shots from the game in the
which
first
is always
movie,
nice. Yeah,
which is cool.
yeah.
But yeah, guys, let us know if you're excited for Return to Silent Hill, the movie. Probably coming next year, I'd say, at this point.
Mm.
And the Silent Hill 2 game, what do you guys think, especially with the longer showcase of gameplay? I will say, I think it's of all the Silent Hill 2 showings we've had so far, it's been the best one. Do you remember the last time they showed a mishmash of gameplay with rock music playing over it? And it was
Oh
like,
yeah,
and it was,
it was
yeah, and
really weird.
it was like, what the fuck? Like, is this an action game or?
Yeah, they showed
It
way
was
more action that time, where it just looked.
so I feel like they responded to, because I think a lot of people felt the same way, and I do feel that in this one they responded to that to go, no, okay, look at, it's a horror game and it's scary.
Yeah, I mean, like those, like all the enemies look like they take a lot of hits and a lot of bullets, which is always good for survival horror because
Yeah,
you want to feel that oh shit moment with each encounter.
and I think the audio design is probably going to be great because the static and stuff sounded really fucking scary.
Hmm. I like the sound of
Um,
the static.
yeah, it's creepy as fuck. So let us know, guys, if you're excited for Silent Hill 2. Are you going to be getting it? What are you most excited about in the remake? If you've played the original, is there a particular thing you want to see? Is there anything you hope they change or adapt? Do let us know. Jump down in the comments on YouTube. If you're watching us here, give us a thumbs up, hit subscribe, ring the notification bell, or if you're listening to audio platforms, touch base on social media, Facebook, Instagram, and X at The Brothers Take. Now, Eric, just as we finish up,
Mm-hmm.
we've got more showcases on the way. Summer Game Fest,
Mm-hmm.
Xbox Showcase.
Okay.
Is there anything you hope to see or that you feel confident that we will see? Let's just do a little
Okay. Well,
preemptive kind of.
Okay. Fair enough. With the amount that we've talked, I will refrain from making any jokes. By saying
What?
something like Infinity Blade remake or something.
It's not gonna happen.
Um.
It's not gonna happen.
Yeah, I know.
If it does,
A
though,
Mass Effect. Mass. If it does, come on, that'd be class, man.
yeah.
Not that you're really excited, but it's just that it'd be hilarious. But a Mass. I don't know about like I'm. I don't want to be. I'm not. I've lost the ability to speak.
Yes, I see
Yeah,
that. I hear that.
yeah. So I'm not getting enough feed information from video games. I don't really know why, but I'm not. So I'm not seeing what people are theorizing, or I'm not seeing notes. So I can't make a prediction of being confident what they'll show. But I would like more from a Mass Effect um thing. That'd be nice. More Mass
Yeah.
Effect.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
That it? Is that all that be on your wish list?
For the Xbox One?
For
Yeah.
no, all
Oh,
of it.
in general,
general, yeah.
fucking yeah, Mass Effect, more Metal Gear Solid, that'd be nice.
Yeah.
Announcing that Final Fantasy 7 3 is going to be coming out next year, that'd be cool.
That's definitely
It's
not
not going to
happening,
happen, but you know, that'd be cool.
Jesus Christ. I actually would not like that news.
Because you'd think that it's being rushed.
Yeah, well, yeah, I'd be like, there's no fucking way that's gonna be finished.
Yeah, you have to
Be a
pre-order to
broken
get
ass. It's like you need to give them time, like let them fucking
you
cook.
can only get the end of the game if you pre-order
Yeah.
it.
Pre-order now to give Cloud a hat. Um, how cool is that? Obviously, we know.
That really rubbed you up the wrong way.
Fucking pissed me off, man. Yeah, we know. It's such a non. Why would that make someone go, well, I may pre-order it now. I don't want to miss out on that.
Yeah, the only thing that was like that's actually good is like the soundtrack and the artwork.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In the deluxe edition, yeah.
Yeah.
That's what you would actually, that's something you'd want, like. Jesus Christ. Obviously we know we're going to get Black Ops 6.
Right.
You've said it. They're
Okay.
going to show
That's
Black
nice.
Ops 6 at the Xbox showcase.
Oh, Ghost of Tsushima 2. Sorry.
I would love a teaser announcement of Ghost of Tsushima 2. I think we will see Metal Gear Solid.
Okay.
At Jeff Keighley's one, probably.
Nice.
Although it could be at the Xbox one. Could be. Since it's coming to all systems, it could be. I really want to see Gears 6 announced. I'd love to see that. That would make me very excited. Is there anything else I would love to see? Nah, that's it. That's all I got. No, my John. Just loads of things.
Resident Evil 9.
Yeah, right. Something from Resident Evil. I've seen an awful lot of rumors going around,
That'd be nice.
and they're all contradicting each other. So one of them is that there's Resident Evil 9 coming. Obviously, there is a Resident Evil 9 going to be in the works.
Mm-hmm.
One of them is that there's going to be a modern style remake of Resident Evil 1.
That'd be cool.
Another one is a remake of Resident Evil Code Veronica.
That'd be also cool.
So I don't know if any of them are true or is it just...
Or maybe Capcom's come out and go, we heard what you're saying and they're all true.
Can you imagine? I mean, I would play each and every one of those.
Pre-order them and you get shades.
Yes. Fuck yes. Love it. Love it. Yeah, I'd love to see something from Resident Evil, actually. And I would love to see another trailer from GTA 6.
You have to pre-order it and you have shoes.
I think everyone's going to pre-order that game if they give you nothing.
Yeah, well, it's like pre-order it and you have a complete fixed game. That's awesome.
Yeah. They're going to pre-order it and you will get it. And people be like, oh, well, that sounds amazing. You had me at hello, you know?
That was the end of our sentence.
You had me at pre. Oh, and it could be cool. Obviously, I think we're going to see probably more of Indiana Jones at the Xbox showcase. But it could be cool to find out more about projects that we haven't seen in a long time, like the 007 game. We talked about it like 2 years ago, I think. IO Interactive for working on a 007 game.
Fucking yeah, bring that on.
So
awesome.
It'd be cool to see if that's anywhere near, like, is it ready to show yet? Or
yeah.
I think. I think
so much longer than mine.
I think there's gonna be a Splinter Cell remake.
Shut the front door, because it's wide open.
Announced at the Xbox showcase.
I would get that, even if the pre-order was. We'll stop with the pre-order jokes. But like,
pre-order now to wear the goggles.
You can't get.
Otherwise, yeah. Only if you pre-order it do you get night vision.
Only if you pre-order it do you have the ability to crouch.
Yeah, otherwise
you can't crouch. That would be cool. A remake of Splinter Cell. That'd be cool.
Maybe something from Tomb Raider.
Nice.
You know, there's lots of stuff. Lots of stuff.
Where she has the two guns. We haven't had that in a while. Other than playing the originals. We haven't had that in a while, you know? Bring her back with the two guns. Maybe
I'm putting on too many heavy hitters here, because obviously there's going to be a lot of other
way too many
games, right?
You need to start talking about like Anno 1880 or something like that.
Something like that, yeah. More Annapurna games. But, The Wolf Among Us 2. Surely a Summer Game Fest.
Chris, you're going too big there, man. Calm down.
No, The Wolf Among Us 2. Actually, I'm gonna put it like 100% on it. That's
don't do it, man.
It's gonna be there. And then maybe
something about the Logan, the Wolverine game. Why not just put that out there?
Nah, it's not time.
Oh, that's ridiculous, is it?
Yeah. That'll be at a PlayStation showcase. That won't be Summer Game Fest. No. Come on.
What about
think about it.
What about a?
I'm like the guy from Invincible. You need to think.
What about an Invincible game? No, we're not going to do that.
That could be cool.
But what about a Lord of the Rings game? They might do a Lord of the Rings game.
Yeah, there's a few of them.
Can I do a remake of
The Hunt for Gollum? It needs a remake already.
That was not called The Hunt for Gollum. That was just called Gollum.
Pre-order now to get a fish.
What about a remake of The Two Towers or Return of the King? Or a remake of both of them.
Or just even like a remaster, just a port of them. Like, that'd be cool. Do you know Do you know what I was gonna say actually, but and this is what I meant by might be too many heavy hitters. Kingdom Hearts 4.
Don't you mean 44?
I do, but they don't. That's what they should mean. Um, maybe that at Summer Game Fest.
Maybe.
Maybe.
That'd be nice. That'd be nice
And
for
and
Kingdom Hearts to, after all these years, to finally get the next one.
yeah. And there's been a long rumored Final Fantasy 9 remake.
I hope that's done like Kina. Not that gameplay, but that graphic
Graphics.
style.
Oh, that'd be so good. Yeah.
Beautiful.
I I
That's such a wonderful game.
I think
Just
as
so
well oh, what about a Kena sequel?
Kina Bridge of pre-orders.
Bridge of
Together.
pre-order this to get the rot. But no, but like it would be cool to see more from that studio. Even if it's not a Kena sequel, even if it's just
Another game, but by
another
them.
game. Yeah, because the animation was fucking amazing.
The music was amazing. The fucking
Yeah.
cinematics were. What a game! That was so. I'm gonna play that.
Everyone go back and play Kena Bridge of Spirits. And
Oh, so good.
in the meantime, let us know any of your either predictions like that you feel confident on, or just your wish list of what you hope to see at the Summer Game Fest and the Xbox Showcase and all the cool showcases that are on the way during the week. And let us know what you thought of last week's State of Play and the Silent Hill transmission, all that good stuff, everything that we brought up. And what would you want as an item to pre-order for any game? Is a mask enough? Let us know. That's what we want to know. If you watch this on YouTube, jump down to the comments, share your thoughts. If you enjoyed this episode, please give us a thumbs up, hit subscribe, ring the notification bell for all future content. To those who listen to us on audio platforms, you can touch base on social media, Facebook, Instagram, and X at The Brothers Take, again, to give your take on everything we brought up in this week's episode. Thank you so much for listening to our ramblings. We'll be back to talk to you guys next time. Bye-bye.
Bye bye.